for my next anime review, I am doing Wolf Children. Before I get into my overall thoughts of this film, I want to go ahead and give you guys my usual quick breakdown. This film was directed by Mamoru Hosoda. The animation was done by his Studio Chizu. It released in July 21st, 2012. It is rated PG for brief nudity, traumatic elements, and some violence. And it has a runtime of 117 minutes. Alright, with that out of the way, let me go ahead and get into my overall thoughts of this film. Out of all 6 films that Mamoru Hosoda has done, this definitely ranks and is tied for first place for my favorite films he has done. Let me go and get my nitpicks out of the way. I'm going to try to be as vague as possible. My few nitpicks with this film is with the story. The nitpicks themselves have to do with mainly with the son, Ame. There were several choices that he made in this film. I would have personally had him make a different decision, but I do understand with the route that they went with him because of the character arc that they were going for. That being said, those are just nitpicks. This film is still superb. It is by far in my top 5 favorite anime film. Everything else about this film, to the characters, to the visuals, and let me just gush about the animation real quick. This film is gorgeous. It has several scenes littered throughout this film that you could just plop on your computer screen as wallpaper. There are several scenes with a lake that looks absolutely gorgeous. Mamoru Hosoda knows how to make a gorgeous looking film, and Mamoru Hosoda takes his time, and that is one of the things that I really like about him. And another thing that I really like about him is he has never done a sequel. He's taken ideas and implemented them into other films from previous films, but all of his films are standalone. The only film that's a caveat with is with Mirai. That one, I would have to recommend you watch the rest of his films to really get all the nods and references to. With that being said, let me get back to Wolf Children. This film is also one of the best portrayals of motherhood I have ever watched. Hana in this film reminded me a lot of my mom. My mom has dealt with a lot over the years, and she sacrificed a lot to make sure she raised me and my siblings right. As well as my father, of course, was in the picture. He was also a big influence. Without taking away what my father's done over the years, I love you, Dad, if you ever watch this. My mom is very special. And this film will make you, if anything else, this film will make you appreciate your mom. That's how good this writing is. When you can look back on a film and that film makes you appreciate and it helps you come to realization how much your parents actually sacrificed to actually raise you. That's what this film does. And that is attributed to Mamoru Hosoda himself. Mamoru Hosoda was raised by a single mother. And this film, I can honestly tell you, is a tribute to his mother, without a shadow of a doubt. And that made me have so much more appreciation for this film. That's why it's so beloved to me. And it is just a phenomenal film, and this film is a masterpiece in my opinion. If you have not watched this film, it is a high recommendation from it. The pacing there are no pacing issues in this film. It does not feel slow whatsoever. This film has several scenes in it to where it is nothing but music. There is no dialogue being spoken. Even though you can see that the mouths are moving, it shows you what's going on without telling you. When the emotional beats hit, it hits because of how good the pacing and the writing is in this film. Other than a few nitpicks I have, the writing is phenomenal in this film. I have watched this film several times already, and this film, and it never gets old whenever I watch this film. I watched it recently as a refresher for this review, because something like this, I do want to rewatch them just to have a refresher. That way I can make sure I'm remembering everything correct. And without a shadow of a doubt, this movie still holds up. And this film, in my opinion, is going to go down in history as one of the finest films that has come out in the anime genre. And as I said before, if you have not watched this film, this is a high recommendation from me. And I guess I could say watching this film is non-negotiable. But anyway, for the final score for this film is a solid 10 out of 10. Even with the little nitpicks, those are just personal little gripes that I have with this film. But I'm not going to take that away from how good this film is. Anyway, those are my overall thoughts on Wolf Children. If you have seen this film, let me know what you guys think of down in the comments. Let me know what you all think of my review of Wolf Children. Anyway, this has been Ryder. I'm out.